All right, it's 9 p.m. Central European Summer Time, 8 p.m. British Summer Time, Wednesday. So it's time for our weekly newborn hustlers show. Some people call it NHS, and we believe that our show is way better than the National Health Service of Great Britain. How are
Oh
you
no.
feeling today, Zane? How are you feeling? Are you excited about today's episode, about today's show?
Yeah, definitely. I think we've been talking, haven't we, about doing something a bit different to see what people might like to see. And this is our first attempt of doing something very different. So I'm quite excited to see how we're going to make the most of this episode and whether we enjoy it ourselves. So excited.
And I think that with doing this kind of different form of the episode of the show, we are applying one of the rules of real entrepreneurs that we talked about earlier, which is testing. We are testing today whether you will like it or not, and whether we should scale it in the future or not.
Exactly. And also, this is obviously that is the thing that we're trying to do with the show. But also, what we can also show with people is that most people would say, oh, I know you will talk about this later, but it's like, oh, I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do, etc. But we are trying to bust that myth today by doing something very different.
Yeah, I have. I before we start, I already have some reflection about today's episode, but I will share it at the very end.
Cool.
For now, I would like to just explain the rules of our game. So we are not competitors in this game. We are a team. We will have 25 minutes, and we will be using random words generator. Random words generator will be generating two words at the time for us, two nouns, and out of these two nouns that will be generated by the generator, we will have to come up with a business idea. The goal is to generate as many business ideas as it is possible within this 25 minutes period. um, and we can skip. So the rule is, if we cannot come up with anything, anything at all, anything interesting with the two nouns that we generated in the generator, then we will skip onto another two nouns. Do you want
Cool.
to add something? Do you think that it was understood by our viewers?
I think it's pretty clear. We're just playing a game. So if you're watching, then we hope that you can participate as well. Leave a comment. Let us know. Like, you might come up with something completely different, but we just want to set ourselves a challenge, and also to just, I think, preach what we always say. We just put ourselves on the line. It's live. We just make it work and see where we go from there.
All right. Yeah, exactly what Zane just said. All right. So let's not prolong this nice introduction, and let's start with the game. Or maybe you would like to add something before we
Yes,
start.
just to add. So our intention is not just to come up with some random ideas, is to also address these three things that you see on the screen now, which is, once we see the two words, we will set ourselves a challenge, which is, what is the business about? Who are we trying to sell to? Who are our target customers? And how are we going to market to them? So there is some concrete business ideas and thoughts that we have to achieve in order for that idea to count. And we're going to do all of that, knock out as many as possible in 25 minutes.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes, let's go.
We are already losing 1 second. So yeah, good to go?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Right, first one. Chaos and surgeon.
Surgeon. All right. So I'm thinking of maybe a possible problem that surgeons might have with let's say a mess in their tools that they are using on the surgery block. So when they go onto the surgery, they probably have like plenty of different tools to cut bodies. So it's a chaos because you take one tool, you put it back, you take another tool, you put it back. It's I only have seen it in Grey's Anatomy. So I guess something to organize this chaos for these surgeons. That's
I have
that's
the same. I
yeah.
have the same idea, which is in a surgical situation, there's always like time pressure, like we have now, and surgeons have to really like concentrate and like make certain things happen, like cut off a body, etc. People have to hand the right apparatus. I think that's the name of which knife and which sort of like thingy. Oh, I don't know, but I think what I was thinking was that how can we use all this to understand what is the standard procedure that a doctor may need, how can we anticipate their needs, and how can we come up with maybe even using like some AI technology, right, to understand, this is the situation the doctor is going through. How can we anticipate what the doctor may need next, and then it will automatically give the doctor what he or she, or the surgeon, what he or she needs. So one is about that, and then the second thing is about how can we make sure we design some kind of flow within the surgical room so that every movement, every action, every way that people move around in dealing with things, etc., can be designed in such a way that there's a flow of movement across everywhere. But I think we arrive at the same conclusion, which is our target customers are definitely people in the hospital. And how will we market it? My thought would be that we would come up with a proposal to say, this is the problem we are trying to solve, which is how can we increase the efficiency and effectiveness of a surgery. And we would decide which surgery to go down to first. So for example, it might be heart surgery. We'll just pick one to go with. And then we would just put in a proposal together, and then we will find some health professionals to interview them to see, is this a problem that they go through, and what are the issues they have? Do they get too stressed? Do they actually need some monitor themselves to make sure that they're in the right state, mentally, physically, etc., to perform the surgery? Understand what they need, and then create a product that serves that need, so that we can cut down the chaos they have in the surgery.
Yeah, I just want to add regarding the marketing of it. I think we would have to really, because like surgeons are very niche occupation, right? So you have like bunch of doctors, but you have probably very narrow group of people when it comes to surgeons. So probably you would have to get inside the network, and you need to market it through the network. You need to go to conferences for surgeons, and etc etc. Okay, we got
Exactly.
it.
We got that.
Surgeons.
Next. Oh,
Secular
secular
pulse.
pulse.
What secular means?
I have no idea. Shall we skip this, or do you want to continue?
Not connected with religious or spiritual matters. A clergy not subject to bound by religious no not. Oh, okay, okay. I know what it means. So we like it's like something lacking, but it's no. Okay, let's skip it. Let's skip
Skip this. Okay. Volcano stuff.
stuff. Okay. I think this is really cool because I would love to organize trips for people to volcanoes, to the top of volcanoes, so they can drop stuff into volcanoes. Because very often we are curious of such things as volcanoes, right? We haven't seen them from very very close distance. We don't know how it is, and this little kid in our head would be like, what it's like to throw a plastic chair into a volcano. Oh, okay. So these guys are organizing trips to volcanoes so you can throw you can drop the plastic chair inside volcano. That's my
Okay.
business
And
idea.
who? I've got a different business idea, so I'll follow along your idea. Who would you sell it to then? Who is your target customers?
I think childish adults like myself. So people who are very curious about certain things in lives and would just like to experience them in quite, let's say, foolish way, I would say.
Uh-huh. And how would you market to them?
Viral marketing. I would I would copy the idea from the US. There was this guy who created like blenders, and he went viral on YouTube because this guy is blending anything. Like if you want to see how his blenders deal with, let's say, iPad, he will put an iPad into his blender. So we would do like, okay, people want to see how plastic chair melts in volcano. Okay, let's toss plastic chair into a volcano. People want to see a teddy bear melting in volcano. Okay, let's toss in a teddy bear into volcano. So viral marketing based on videos.
Amazing. Mine is actually very different. When I first see volcano and stuff, my first thought was creating a volcano science experience for children. And it's quite interesting that you talk about how you have the little kid, because mine was also a little kid. But mine is almost around creating a science experience where family and children can come together to really learn everything they need about volcano. And then when they go in there, kids are able to build their own volcano. They can paint them. They can put all the volcanoes in like different colors, etc. And they will actually have to understand a little bit of the science between what makes something erupt, and understand about heat, understand about science, and then the parents will have to teach the kids through, oh, you need to add this first, add that first, and then the kid will build their own volcano, and then when they build it, it might erupt a blue volcano, for example. And then when the kids leave, we send them another set of kit that they can bring home and then bring that experience back home with them. So my business would be around building a volcano science experience to help them understand everything about volcanoes. Target customers are obviously parents with like little kids who are just starting to understand about science. Yeah, go on.
Where is stuff in here?
Oh, volcano stuff. So the stuff I would say is you would use like some random bits. So I don't know, like flaming paper or whatever, those sort of stuff to build the volcano.
So building
So
volcanoes with.
building volcanoes with stuff. Yes. Thank you for the clarification. Yeah. So for example, you would give them papers, and you would give them some flaming stuff. And then you might just leave the parents and the kids to go, this is all you need to build a volcano. And then you leave them to do some brainstorming. They might have to use a paper to build out the outside of the volcano, and then use the other flaming stuff in between with some color bits, etc., to make it erupt. So they all understand and learn science together. So that you use stuff to build your own volcano, a mini one, in a safe way, obviously. And then when they finish, they can have a box of the stuff that they just used to build the volcano and bring that experience back home to them.
Okay, so target customers, parents. You said it before. How will you market it? And let's move on to onto another vocabularies because we are running out of.
Yeah. How will we market it? I would actually just use normal sort of traditional Facebook or Instagram marketing. It's just because I think, I could also work with some other science center or science museum, etc., because those are parents who are bringing them there already. And maybe even bring this experience into some kind of like a center park, or where parents already bring children to, but then just bring this experience mobily to them so that they can all do things, and it's just an extra activity they can do whilst they're on holiday.
Okay, cool.
Okay, next, tent
Yeah.
and sunshine.
Uh, transparent tents but with an option to make them non-transparent in some way. I don't know the technology for that, but let's say, you know, maybe tent will be like hell of expensive. I don't know, but let's imagine that there is like a tent that can go transparent, and when you are sleeping in the tent, you will be woken up by a sunshine in the morning. So instead of,
Ah.
sleeping in quite dark tent all the time, then in the morning the tent is transparent, the sunshine, is shining on you. So then you wakes up. So yeah, transparent tents for letting sunshine in.
So you're selling tent as a product, basically.
Yes, tent as a product with a feature of letting in sunshines, target customers, people loving adventures, people loving nature, people wanting to disconnect from the world to some extent. People who want to experience nature and wildness on another level. Let's say, how will we market it? Instagram. I think Instagram and TikTok would be amazing channels for this kind of products, building like real sort of like real life connections between the brand and potential customers.
In the sunshine. Okay. Mine is actually very similar, but it's coming from a more environmental perspective. I think I have the same target audience as you and the same marketing mechanism. But mine would be a tent that can generate energy by having sunshine. So it's almost like a battery, like a battery that if you expose it under the sun, you can generate energy. But mine would be a tent, so when people go out, etc., they can generate energy and then they can connect it to like a generator, and then it can generate all the needs they need whilst they're in the camping. So it's the same product. We're selling a tent here, but yours is that you can wake up in the sunshine. But mine is that you will absorb sunshine and use it to generate the energy that they need to cook their food or whatever. So that would be
Amazing
that would be mine.
photovoltaic tent. Yeah.
Yeah.
uh, target customers, you said more or less the same. How will you market it?
I'll do the rest exactly the same way, because I think, as you just mentioned, because it's all like showing pictures, showing how the tent looks like, showing the experience, showing the environment. I might even just create a YouTube channel to show people how they make the most out of the tent, so that they can use the energy to either go on a cook something, or either go to, I don't know, what else do people do when they're on they can charge their phones, for example. They can charge their Wi-Fi router and all that sorts of stuff. So yes,
You don't need Wi-Fi router when you go into the wild. Remember that. I'm not
Oh,
going.
really?
I'm not going camping with you if you are bringing Wi-Fi router. Okay, let's generate
Let's move on.
sounds. Yeah.
Okay, next. Riot and
Right.
blow.
Oh, okay. That's gonna be controversial,
Quite
but
violent.
some kind of a weapon to blow up the riots. So when the
Oh,
are happening out there, not maybe not blow up in let's say literally sense, but maybe something like I don't know, making people incapable of rioting more, let's say. Maybe some kind of a weapon. You know what? Let's generate another words, because I think it's going like wrong way.
yeah, I know. Okay, fine. Let's go another one. Conversation and likely. Likely
Likely doesn't fit
doesn't
here.
sound like a noun, does it? Shall we try another one?
Yeah, sure.
Mayor and transform. Oh, this is something boring, isn't it? It's a bit political.
Uh, Political, maybe. You know what? I'm always pissed off uh that that uh that people on very, let's say, high level in politics, so mayors, prime ministers, ministers, they they deal with things in country in a political way, and I would love for particularly mayors to deal with cities more as with companies. They should be more manager like than politician like, in my sense. So maybe some kind of a, maybe it's not exactly a business idea, maybe more of a foundation or think tank or something like that, that would change perception of people, that they should look for they should vote for good managers, not good politicians. So changing the, let's say, the optics of the society on the politics, like making people think what's actually wrong with politics.
We could make that as a business, right? It's like a business that help people transform to become a real mayor of a city. It's almost like an education company, isn't it?
So yeah, mayor wannabe, mayor trainings, transforming from just a regular 9 to 5 guy to a mayor of the city. Yeah, can coaching transformation to become mayors.
Yeah, that's it. Coaching transformation to become a mayor. Okay, so who are our target customers? Obviously, people who have dreams, who want to be able to serve the city, and who would like to be able to become a mayor one day. I actually also think for target customers, it might also be for the younger generation of people who may not have that aspiration to become a mayor, but the mindset of service and the mindset of having success and achievements is exactly the same. So it's more a toned down version of that coaching, but suited for young adults. So it's a way for those mayors to give back to the people for the next generation. You're going to say something?
Young females, because unfortunately it's true that it is more likely, probably in most of the cities in the world, that the men will become a mayor than a woman. So I would love to see more females out there, being mayors, being politicians, prime ministers. So maybe targeting women,
Cool.
targeting women as a, as a new way for doing politics. And how we will market it, I would say through communities. So going out there, finding some local charities, communities, stuff like that, finding some groups of, let's say, local action, finding maybe some student clubs in the cities, because very often those people who become politicians, they are very active in some student clubs and things like that. So yeah, going through them, and then those people telling their members about our initiative.
Yeah, we can also do partnership, right? We can also partner up with our local council or local cities and go to them with a proposal, because this is some kind of an education-based stuff, and it's always, all this sort of political thing is always about money, power, etc. But when you go in with that different angle, then there is a partnership opportunity there to show them that we don't just care about money or power or whatever, but we also care about nurturing the next generation of leaders, of mayors, so that they continue doing the good things for the city, to for the people to live in. So that's another one.
Okay, let's
Move on.
write more words. Yeah.
Model sympathetic. Oh wow.
Next, really, like
Next, leadership pressure.
pressure.
This is quite easy.
We can go pretty cliche here. So some coaching, let's say, leadership coaching program on how to handle pressure or something like that. So how how pressure is a part of being good leader, of presenting good leadership skills.
Yeah,
uh, or maybe you have something different.
mine is exactly the same. Like when leadership and pressure first come up, is exactly the same. Like a coaching session for leaders to handle pressure. But maybe I was fine tune that a little bit more. It's about like high ranking leaders, like CEOs, like Fortune 500 companies, like top level C-suite executive. But I'm also thinking we can also go in and target this for female leaders, because always I think female leaders are being, first thing, it's really hard for them to have to go up. That there's always some kind of glass ceiling, and when they get there, then they're surrounded with by other alpha males, which I absolutely hate. Then it's about they have to juggle between families and being an alpha woman when they're at work and all that stuff. So there might be some kind of pressure coming from all parts of their life, and they feel like as a leader they cannot fail. So it's almost like a coaching that is specifically tailored for female leaders in all these big companies that can help them to manage pressure coming from all parts of their life.
Definitely. Sorry. And I would say how we will market it. LinkedIn.
Yes,
You
I
said
thought of the same.
high ticket business clients out there. So definitely, it's a okay. Let's generate two more words to come up with the last
Slogan and scale.
and scale.
Oh, this is good. This is marketing. This is.
I'm thinking an app that would oh, it's no, it's slogan and scale. Okay, yeah, an AI app, whether a mobile app or like an internet app for marketers, so they can see on the scale how good is their slogan. So combining all these amazing slogans from the biggest companies out there, and then the AI would learn from those amazing slogans, and then you can type in your slogan and the scale would tell you whether it's like a slogan for a small company run by one person, or this is like big time marketing slogan.
Yeah, I like that idea. And you can also make this app even better, right? Because it's not just coming up with a nice slogan in the app, but it can also be completely integrated. It will work out the whole marketing strategy for you based on what you put in and what you want to get out of the slogan. So, for example, if you say, I'm a sports company, they want to do this, I've got this idea, this is my ultimate goal, it'll come to random slogans, and it'll also show you, okay, this is how you will use these slogans. It will create the ad copies for you. So we'll be targeted at people. I think it's across all different businesses, really, whether it's small businesses or big businesses or even digital marketing agencies to just use the app as a platform to reach out to their clients. How will we market it? Any idea?
Oh, so we said target customers, digital marketing agencies, and business owners, I would say, or
Yeah,
maybe marketing teams within companies. How we will market it? Uh,
it's almost again like a LinkedIn type of thing, isn't it? Um,
Yeah, to some extent, yes, but at the same time, I see loads of things like that. Oh, no. Okay, I have something new. Placement in a newsletter. So as a digital marketing agency owner, I read shitloads of newsletters, and so some of them have like paid placements in them. So I think that this would be a good place for this kind of business to be advertised in one of those newsletters. You know.
cool. We've got 5 seconds left. We're not going to knock out another one, are we?
Okay, we have
Beep. That's
we
it.
have we have eight. I can, because we were supposed to pick up our top three at the end. Maybe we should. Do you remember all of them, or should I recap and then we can? Okay.
So we had the surgery one, this magic surgery chaos. We have a volcano trip. We also had a volcano science experience that we came out with. A tent that can make you wake up in the sunshine, or it can generate renewable energy. We also have coaching transformation program for mayors, coaching for female leaders, app for creating slogans. Did I miss out anything?
No, it's that's all of them. That's all of
That's
them.
all of them, right? Yeah.
You know what? I already have my top three. I don't know if you have your
Share yours. Yeah.
Okay. So my top of the top would be slogan scale up, because I'm just digital marketing agency owner, so I see the need for it. And actually, after the broadcast, I will write that down in my it's in my phone, and I will execute this idea in the near future. No, I'm joking, but yeah, I think it would be amazing, particularly because we see more and more AI ideas out there. AI is very sexy when it comes to like VC funding and stuff like that. The other thing would be very nice for crowdfunding campaign, so for Kickstarter or something like that, which is photovoltaic tent. Your idea with tent creating renewable energy, I loved it. I was at that time, I was also quite jealous that you came up with this idea, not myself. but yeah, and the top three is trips to volcanoes, because also I see maybe not a real need, but I see people doing it. I see people being, this is something so ridiculous that people will go for it. So because like you have this, I would say it like there is a scale of things being normal, things being slightly ridiculous, and no one buys it, and things being so ridiculous that people are losing their shit about it. And that's how I view trips to volcano, to toss stuff inside, like as people losing their shit to do it.
Nice.
What's your top three?
My top three is I like the app idea. I think as a person who has to create ads, etc., like sometimes you just get stuck, like, oh, what headline am I going to write? What ad copy am I going to write? If there's an app that does everything for you, and know that it will work because it's AI generated, it analyzes everything on the website, and it gives you the things that work. I love that idea. And I like the idea also about the tent being renewable energy. I quite like that because I feel like it's so practical. It's super practical. But the third one that I have is actually, I actually quite like the idea of coaching program for female leaders. It's just because coaching is obviously my thing. And I just see that, interestingly, I was on Clubhouse earlier on, and then we were talking about how there are a few people who are females, and then they always talk about how in the corporate world it's really hard for them sometimes to have to move up, and they get to a certain stage, they stop, or they are told that they have to become a different person so that they can be given the opportunity to move up the ladder. And I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like I can understand it from a business standpoint, but there's no one way of getting to the end result. There is your way, there's also a different way. And I believe that female has got something inside them that is always a very nurturing power that can really make work a better place for people to enjoy it, and I firmly believe in that. So I would actually love to do that.
Okay, okay.
Mm.
At least we are we agree on two of those ideas when it comes to
We
software.
might be able to work on the first one, create that app.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah,
Right. Some final thoughts on this experience. Would you like to start, or shall I start?
I can start. So let me start then. I think I really enjoy it actually. It was quite fun. But I think a few things is that, like I said in the beginning, we were doing it because we want to challenge ourselves. And then the thing is, now that hopefully we have demonstrated that it's actually not that hard. Sometimes you just have to inject a bit of fun. So for me, the first thing is inject some fun into your business building. It doesn't have to be all boring, all sit down, all strategies. Sometimes, like doing this, for example, we just came up with an idea that if we really make it work, it might be a very big business, and it just happened in 25 minutes. Um, and the second thing is, I think there's always so much that you can think of, but when you bounce ideas off each other or with someone else, a magic happens. There is a different idea that comes up, etc. So for example, me think of volcano as one thing, but Dan will think of volcano as different thing. We might be able to combine our experience. He think of tent as one thing, I think of tent as another thing. We might be able to combine and come with something completely different. So for me, it's injecting some fun, bounce ideas off of the other person, and I think those are the two things that I really took away. But if I have to pick one, I'll say it's inject a lot of fun. You have to enjoy the process. If you enjoy the process, some creative ideas will come up, and then it will actually show you the how to get certain things done or to get to a certain place.
All right. Yeah, yeah. Really good remarks on our experience tonight. You know what? I want to say something about business ideas themselves. Something what I've been experiencing before I went to my strategic entrepreneurship masters. Uh, During my masters, I realized that our ideas are not as unique as we think they are. The truth is that business ideas most of the time are a combination of at least two strings of information that we have. And you have to remember that you are not the only person in the world that has this two string of information. Many people have them, and there will be at least one person out there who will think the same way as you do about these two strings of information. And if you go anywhere to someone, whether angel investor or whether venture capital, you have to remember that your business idea is not 90%. Very often, it's not even 50%. There are many other things that are more important. And the most important thing overall in terms of any business idea is execution. Whether you have qualities, skills to execute the business idea that you are presenting to your investor. Because business idea itself is worth that much. Zero. Zero zlotys, €0, £0, $0. That's what business ideas themselves are worth. So yeah, definitely execution is the key.
Amazing, very good. So, any last comments you want to add? I really enjoyed today actually.
Yeah, like I would say people to if, maybe people should play our game themselves, just for fun with their entrepreneurial friends. Maybe don't treat it as a way to find your one time only business idea, because as I said, there is no one time only business idea. uh, but treat it as a way to work out your creativity. So as you work out your muscles at the gym, go work out your biggest brain muscle with this exercise.
Very good. Yeah, I strongly encourage it as well. People to first. I think the first thing is we hope that people enjoy it. People see that we do it in real life. We did it in 25 minutes. That was 8 ideas, right?
Yeah,
So
25 minutes.
yeah, 25 minutes, and then we also have to answer those 3 things. So we can do it. So I'm sure that you can as well. But the thing is that yes, it might sound like a stupid game, but it really trains your creativity because there is no block to say, oh, you can't do this, because you are free to think about anything. And the truth is, anything that you can think of, that you can imagine, they can actually come true. But the next thing is, like Dan said, it's about you doing the execution, you doing the work, we doing the work, we go make it happen, that it will happen. It's great to have the idea. My coach once told me, it's good to have the intention and the idea, but without action, it's just a dream. So I always remember that. So yes, I guess that is the biggest lesson. Saying that, we have to go create that app now, right?
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna get to work now.
Yeah.
So we gotta finish this broadcast because we have our new board meeting in 5 minutes.
Exactly. We got to go work on that business idea now. Okay.
Yeah. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe the channel and follow us on Instagram to get some more content from us.
Yeah, indeed. And next week, same day, same time, and we will come up with something new and fun for you as well. So if you have any suggestion or you would like to see something interesting, leave a comment and let us know. We will definitely get back to you. Okay. See you all then. Have a good night. Take care.